Here we go, we're live.
We're live? Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Coffee with Classy. We figured we haven't been up in the motorcycle showroom for a while. We've been showing you guys lots of parts, luggage, all that kind of stuff. And guess what? We also sell motorcycles. I got to tell you, the other thing I also want to bring up quickly is our zero electric motorcycles. I know everybody's like, yeah, they won't work. They don't have enough range. They're awesome to ride. So shut up. All right, so, but I just wanted to let everybody know these have been super popular with gas prices going up through the roof, so things are awesome that way. Also, some people walk in all the time and they say, geez, nobody else has any used motorcycles. And I'm like, used motorcycles isn't other dealerships' core business. It's our core business. So as you can see, go down that line there, Haley, quick. See, we've got lots of soft tails in stock right now. We're buying them wherever we can get them right now. So unfortunately, we can't get those premium US Harleys out of the States at this time, but we'll go back and get some once we can. Great selection of Decklers right now. Great prices on 2015s. You'll save well over 10 grand if you go to this 2018 off a new one. Here's another one, a 2017 Ultra Limited Low. Nice thing, guys, our bikes are all loaded up with features already too. So walk over this way. We got Haley's coat over there on the ride. Nice, beautiful 2016 Road King. Let's not forget about the custom Cholo Bobby did, where he was basically featured in Parts Canada's magazine. It was awesome. A bunch of sold bikes all down the way here as well. And let's not forget, we've got a good selection of street glides. All right, which brings us to our main topic today. Motorcycle insurance. Don't we all love talking about motorcycle insurance? And here's Cam from Allstate here. He's basically going to stand in front of the bullet and answer any questions you guys have about motorcycle insurance today. So be sure that you can just basically go on and ask any questions you want. Haley's going to try to get, she's going to fire them off as we go. But anyway, Cam, welcome to Coffee with Classy.
Thank you.
I got a couple questions for you here. We get it a lot where, you know, we get new riders in and they say, what license do I need to get insurance? Just take us through the quote process quickly. What you need for a license, what you need for what make and model, all that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, thanks, Josh. Yeah, so it's going to be very popular this year, just with gas prices going up, and motorcycles are always popular. But I think this year is going to be really good. So for the quote process with Allstate, now we can take M1, M2, all the way to M licensed riders. So insurance is always changing every year. The last couple of years we have been able to do M1 and M2 riders, which is good. So it opens the market simply for a quote. Come in, see Josh for a bike, grab the year, make, model off him. We need that to do a quote. Once you purchase the bike, we can grab the VIN number, but year, make, model is all we need for in the CCs to quote a bike, and we can do it same day. So that's all they need.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Have you noticed any sort of new like trends coming with motorcycles, like you've seen sort of in the last sort of 6 months kind of thing?
You know what? I think a lot of people are moving more towards like the Royal Enfield's actually been really popular, just like the adventure bike or sport touring. More people are getting out of the sport classes. Touring, cruising bikes, they're being more popular just because they're a little more friendly on insurance. So for people who aren't going out doing anything crazy, they're more gravitating towards the touring and cruising bikes, which happens to be pretty popular. So
right. Another thing I want to mention too with Cam is he doesn't just do motorcycle insurance. Can you talk about your bundles? Because I know you saved me a bundle. So
yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, we our primary business is home and auto. We do cottages, rental properties, all that stuff. We have a really unique market for motorcycles. So when you bundle it all together, we even give you a better discount. We have an elite rider discount, which is 30%. So if you're an M licensed rider, been riding quite a while, then we tack on more discounts. So certainly, if you bundle it all together, there's more discounts to be had, but we can take anyone from an M1 all the way up to M license.
Now, the other thing we've sort of had to deal with this a couple times actually here, and it's not what anybody ever wants to talk about with motorcycle riding, but what about the claim process? We've had a couple motorcycles that have, let's say they've been lightly dropped and had to call you for a claim. And I just want to also say, like, and again, he's standing here, he's my insurance guy, he's my Angata guy, but I got to tell you, the claim process through Allstate has been super easy. Do you want to just sort of walk them through that?
Yeah, so I mean, when a claim happens, it's no different whether it's a house, a car, or a motorcycle. The motorcycle claims are very similar to a car. They do look at your make, model, how many kilometers on it, the condition that it's in, if there was ever a claim. Basically, at the time of loss, they look at the bike with all those features, and they say, okay, how much, we got to go out and give you that money to go buy a new bike again. So if you bought a 2015 Road Glide, they have to go out and find that 2015 Road Glide again, but they need to give you market value, not trade-in value. And that's a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to buy a bike for 30 grand and only get 15 for it. But if it's on the floor for 25, we need to give you 25 for it. So that's it. But yeah, simply just give me a call, and then we put you through to the claims department. We have the pros there who assess the claim, and you get an adjuster and go from there. But as far as pricing a claim, it's all at the time of loss, and just give me a call first, and we go from there.
Perfect. Do we got any questions out there from anybody yet, Haley?
We do. Okay. So let me scroll up here. Well, I just put the camera on you, Cam. Sure. Really awkward.
He is better looking.
Cam got me a great deal on package on home, car, and bike.
That's great.
The chat's glitching out a bit. It's hard to scroll. One was, that's Bob Coleman.
Oh, yes.
And one said, if it would stop doing that. Why is motorcycle insurance so expensive in the 416 area? It's almost putting the motorcycle business out of business. That's Rob Frazier.
Yeah, so being in Peterborough is a little different. We definitely have the benefit of being in the country, or in the boonies, I guess you could say.
Woo, go boonies! Yeah, we're just where you all want to go riding. Yeah. Come on, move up.
The reason the motorcycle pricing is more expensive in the 416 or 647 area, Toronto area, is because there's more people. So there's more chance of you getting into an accident with more people being on the road than in a place like Lindsay, Peterborough, Bob Cage, in that area. So the better rider you are, if you have an M license and you've been riding a long time, you're certainly going to get a better rate than someone who's an M1 brand new to the road. But that's the reason. No different than car insurance. If you had a car in Peterborough versus in Toronto, your price will reflect that and will be higher. Simply just population. There's more people, more claims, more accidents, and that's the reason for that, for sure.
Pierre Laberge. Why do some insurance companies or insurance cost $2,000 and some $11,000 for new riders for the year?
I haven't had $11,000 one in a long
Yeah, I was saying 11,000.
Every company has different rate groups for bikes, which is how they get the price. With cars, they are a little different, but for bikes, again, it all depends on the rider. So an M1 rider who's got a brand new Harley, for a rider who has an M license, who has the same bike, that M1 rider's going to be closer to that 11,000. I mean, Allstate rates are a little different. We don't get that into it, kind of thing. But each company also has different criteria. So some rate on the bike, some rate on the driver, some rate on CCs, the price of the bike. Every company is different of how they rate those bikes. So if there's a company that looks at a high CC, an M1 rider, you're in Toronto, all of that stuff, you're going to get that crazy price. And if you're in Peterborough with maybe a 1,000cc bike or something like a Royal Enfield or a Harley, you'll be closer to maybe that $2,000 or less. But all depends on the rider, the bike, how the insurance company rates that bike. Some look at CCs strictly, some don't. Allstate looks at the bike but also looks at the rider, and we accept it or decline it based on the rider's experience.
Now, is there, Tom Watt, is there like a particular, I'll say it word for word so I don't put words in Tom's mouth. Hi, Cam. At one time, there was a CC size that once you went over it, the price really jumped. Is that still so?
I don't know with other companies. For us, no. We look at the bike, so whether you have a 1680cc or an 1880cc or 500cc, that doesn't matter to us. We accept the bike based on the rider's experience with Allstate. So if you're an M1 or an M licensed rider for a number of years, Whether you have a Harley at $1,800 or a little Suzuki bike at $500, we will either accept the bike or decline it based on the rider, not the bike. So that goes back to every insurance company is a little different on how they rate the bikes. Some look at CCs, we don't. So that may help.
Mark Cowell, let's talk a street racing charge. How does insurance react? I'm asking for me, LOL.
Let me answer that one. Poorly.
Yes. No comment on that one. Yeah, not well.
Yeah.
I've got a couple questions.
Okay.
Vintage bikes. What do you need for vintage bikes?
Yeah, so any bike over 20 years of age, if you want to have collision and fire and theft on that bike with us, you would need an appraisal, which is probably not a bad thing anyway to get an idea of what your bike's worth in today's market. You know, 5 years ago was different than today. It's probably worth more maybe. So if you want to have collision and fire and theft on a vintage bike, something that's 1976 or 1980 or older, we can absolutely do it. It takes me a little bit more time to get a quote, but if you want to have collision and fire and theft on it, we just need an appraisal. And if you don't, then I can get you the price same day.
If my car's in my driveway, someone robs the saddlebags, is that home insurance or is that auto insurance?
That's going to be, that's a great question. I've had that one before. That's going to be auto insurance because the saddlebags are attached to the bike. So it'd be no different if someone stole the tire. Because it's attached to the bike, it's a part of a bike claim. If the saddlebags were in the house, someone went in the house, stole the saddlebags, that would be a home claim.
Okay.
Perfect. Well, you can see why he's my insurance guy, right? Because, you know what, insurance is always one of those sticky situations. We have to have it. Nobody likes spending money on stuff where you're like, hey, look at my new insurance claim. I just made this, right? So, but as you can see, Cam here, he's definitely an expert in the field. And like I said, I get a lot of insurance companies asking me for, you know, like a classic example was I threw in an extended seat and lowered profile suspension, put that on there. Next thing I know, the insurance company, which was an Allstate, needed pictures, needed all that kind of stuff, which got a little ridiculous, right? So, but it's really nice to know when you can just call up somebody, get a quote, you know, he'll walk you through the process. Maybe he gets your business, maybe he doesn't, but at the end of the day, he's my insurance guy, and you can see why he should be yours too, right? So, but anyway, like I said, hey, we're Classy Chassis. We're your motorcycle people. Haley's your parts girl. Bob over there is your bike guy. So, and these are those beautiful Royal Enfields that Cameron actually was mentioning. So, but I guess without further ado, we did do this contest. So anybody who came in, basically, everybody in here is probably going to win anyway, because Cam's going to give you a quick email or a shout, just to see if you need a quote on your insurance. But I know he's going to save a lot of people their money. But today, what we're going to do is we're going to do a draw. Cameron's going to do the draw. And what we're going to do is this winner here will get a $200 gift card. And whoever reports us, all right, and gets our video taken down, congratulations, you're a rat, all right? So,
We got a couple in here. So,
all right.
yeah, so this draw was basically anybody who came into the shop for the month of March. They filled out a ballot name and number, and they can win a $200 gift card. You can use it towards a bike or in the shop, oil change or any parts or anything. So, so this person right here is going to win. We'll probably continue to do something like this moving forward. We'll switch it up a bit, but just so everybody's aware. So come by the shop, fill out a ballot, and say hi to Josh. So here we go. If you want to, Josh, pick one.
Oh, I'll pick one. Let's see, who do we got? Oh man, this guy is a winner. Gary Hallowell.
There we go.
There you go, Gary.
Put your hand behind it. Well, maybe we don't want his personal information on there anyway.
Well, everybody who wants to go to see him at his address and to grab his $200 gift card. But congratulations, Gary. You've been an awesome Classy Chassis supporter for years.
Yeah.
You definitely deserve that gift card. So
Swing by the shop, and Josh will have it.
pick it up, and like I said,
Congrats.
also guys, we're going to keep this box going here. Like I said, we're probably going to do something similar next month, but come on in. Like I said, it's not like I'm going to recommend every single insurance company. I'm not going to, and Cam won't be the only one I'll give you a card to, but at the end of the day, he's the guy that I use, and I think he's the guy you should use too. So anyway, see us tomorrow. Hey, hi Stevie, hi Leia. Tomorrow, Bob, me, and Haley, we're going to be at the Peterborough swap meet. So basically pop in, say hello. Yeah, come in and say hello. But we're gonna have, we're just gonna take a simple display. We're gonna take for a couple as-is motorcycles, couple nice pristine motorcycles, and we're also gonna be taking our calendars there. Let's not forget, if you don't have your Classy Chassis calendar, stop walking in the door and say we're gonna do our events. Go down and donate $10 to Sick Kids. Grab yourself a calendar, and all of our events are in there. All right, but we'll have the calendars at the swap meet tomorrow. $10 gets you a $10 donation to give to Sick Kids Children's Charity on behalf of HD Rock. We'll get you a Classy Chassis events calendar, so you'll know when all the events are. Also, all of our events are posted on our website in the events section. Yeah, I think that's about all we got to talk about. Oh, we'll have Whoosh there too. So the French Red Hot and motorcycle detailing. Make sure you get loaded up so you can have that quick detail for your motorcycle all summer long. Again, want to thank Cameron.
Thank you.
Cam,
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you, or I think we should call him, we came up with a new nickname for him today. He's now Twin Cam. All right, so, but anyway, thanks again, everybody, and we'll see you next week.